Now, there's a lot of talk, a lot of tough talk on countering China, a lot of promises, a lot of probes. But how serious is America about putting a leash on the dragon, on controlling its belligerence and expansionism? I say this because ever since Joe Biden has come to power in the US, he has mentioned China so often that it seems America has no other goal at the moment but to save the world from China. So questions are bound to arise. Is this preoccupation, this obsession, actually leading to something? Is Joe Biden really walking the talk? And is his administration willing to go the whole hog to counter China? Our next report explores.
After reviving the Quad, aligning G7 allies against China, and pushing NATO for a transatlantic agenda, America has now opened several new fronts in its dispute with China. America's new #1 adversary. The Pentagon has launched several new and classified programs. No details have been given besides the fact that these programs will address economic, trade and security concerns. On the security front, reports suggest that the Pentagon is considering a permanent naval task force in the Pacific. This plan also involves creating a named military operation to allocate money and resources to the region. The Pentagon is also eyeing new weapons that are better suited for operations in the Pacific. Does this mean the US is preparing for a war with China? No, says the chairman of America's Joint Chiefs of Staff. In his testimony to the US House Committee, General Mark Milley has said the plan is to just deter conflict and sustain the power competition. On the trade front, America has imposed new sanctions over human rights abuses in Xinjiang. The US Department of Commerce has restricted exports to several Chinese companies that it says were implicated in gross human rights violations. This includes large producers of polysilicon for the solar panel industry. Not only is America imposing these sanctions, it also wants the world to stop benefiting from forced labor in Xinjiang.
When it comes to Xinjiang, when it comes to genocide, human rights abuses, I think what's incumbent upon all of us to do whatever we can to make sure that products that may be the result of forced labor are not coming into our countries, and similarly, that we're not exporting to any country, China or otherwise, technologies or products that can be used to repress people.
And on the economic front, the US Senate has passed a major bill aimed at countering China's technological ambitions. It's called the US Innovation and Competition Act, a bipartisan legislation aimed at investing $250 billion in scientific research and technological innovation. This bill will push partnerships with private firms and research universities across the world and address challenges in tech spaces where America is lagging behind China in production and market space. Trade, security, and economy. America is indeed trying to walk the talk in countering Chinese dominance. But so far, its efforts seem to be aimed at safeguarding American interests only. If it really wants to re-establish itself as a leader of the global economy, the Biden administration will have to do more than putting America first. Bureau Report, WION, World is One.
WION is now available in your country. Download the app now and get all the news on the move.